All right, so this is one of my nice properties where upsell became key, man. You only get 32 weeks of mowing, and it's 52 weeks in a year. So you need to find something to supplement for those extra 20 months, man. The mowing sounds good 7, 8 months till you find out how much money you're actually missing. When mowing season's gone, the leaves don't care and the bushes don't care because they're still gonna do their thing. It's just the mowing. So as you can see right here, this is one of my properties I have, which is a weekly mowing, 125 a week. Some of you guys might say more. I can get this yard done. It looks pretty big, but I can get it done right at an hour, which puts me at 125 bucks an hour on this yard. So like I said, you only get 32 weeks of mowing. You need to be trying to find out how to sell for the rest of the season on the times that you can't mow. And I was missing out on so much money. When I first started this business, that's what I started, mowing business. I knew nothing about the other services. And then I realized the money was just sitting there. I knew guys that was doing this before me, and I was wondering why these guys wasn't working in the off season. I didn't know if they just didn't know how to handle leaves. I didn't know if they were selling to the clients wrong. This became a real question for me because my first season sitting at home, I was trying to figure out how can I get more income in these off seasons. I was watching guys do snow removal. I'm here in Kentucky, we don't get a lot of snow removal. And I'm watching guys doing leaf cleanups, and leaf cleanups started me into these other services. Do you avoid upselling your leaves and your trimming? Leave a comment down below. So like I say, this property right here is a property that you could say 125 a week, and you multiply 125 a week times 32 weeks. And when you do that, it sounds pretty good, about $4 grand. But when you add on these bushes that I'm doing right here, and you can actually do the leaf jobs, that takes a client that is worth $4 grand, and you can maybe get this client now around $4,000 to maybe $6,000 for the year. And once you get this client to $6,000 for the year, you can go holler at your other clients that's just like this with these type of properties. You should be doing at least 3 services on all of your properties. At least 3 services, guys. That's mowing, that's bushes, those are leaves. This will keep you in business at least, let's just say we get to 7 to 8 months mowing. This may stretch you out to maybe 9 or 10 months. Now it's on you to figure out how to balance and financially wise make it make sense. Now let's go back to a client like this. You got on weekly mowing, and you're getting about $4 grand out of 32 weeks. And like I said, that $4 grand is going to depend on if you got a rainy season or not. If you got a rainy season, you're not going to be able to make that $4 grand maybe. You may be short. You may be up under that $4,000. Thing is, though, you can still get out here maybe twice a year and do the bushes. It's mulch back here down on the ground behind those bushes. We're not even talking about that service yet. So actually, you can get a client maybe from $4,000 to almost $7,500. I know it sounds crazy, but I know guys doing it. So you got guys out here, man, who's doing 50 yards, 100 yards, maybe 120 yards. Now I want you to break that down. If you can hit 6,000 or 7,500, and you're just doing that between 30 customers. Yeah, that's game changing right there. If you could do 6,000 between 30 customers a year, that's going to put you at like 180 grand, guys. Now I want you to think about that. 6 customers. Well, take that back. 6,000. Do the numbers again times 30 customers. That's going to get you at $180,000 a year. You have to get away from the clients that you can't upsell. Not saying that it's a bad thing. The mowing is going to keep the recurring revenue coming. But once you get away from the clients that are your low clients, that you're only offering one service to, if this is a client that I'm not even charging $125 a week, we're going to go down to maybe some of you guys maybe got a $65 a week client. and you got a 65 a week client, 32 weeks, man, that's only $2,000. Now you see what I'm saying? The difference between $2,000 and almost upselling to $7,500. That's a very big difference right there. Very big difference. And so let's just say if you had 7,500, let's just say if you got 10 clients like this, that's 75,000. Sometimes you got to sit down and you got to sometimes you got to sit down and you have to go back and reverse the numbers and get the number to what you want. All clients, when I'm speaking on this, are not going to be able to afford you. Everybody can't sell the upsell. Everybody can't afford your upsell prices. And, you know, that's the reason why it's tons and tons of different lawn care services. They will have to call somebody else. That's just part of it, guys. And when it comes to the leads, this is a very, very, very lucrative part of the business if you can make it make sense. So leads pretty much sometimes got to be moved maybe once or twice a year. You maybe do some spring cleanup, maybe. That's if you do it correctly in the fall. Usually when I get done with a job in the fall, I'm not having to go back on the property and do a cleanup again in the spring. Now I may have to go back and pick up limbs and stuff like that, but usually once I get these leaves up, they're gone. Now these leaves, as you can see, I'm blowing them. All I'm doing is getting these leaves ready to get mulched. That's it. I'm just blowing them in a clear path so they can get ready to get mulched. There's no hauling off. There's no bagging. No vac system needed. Now, let's talk about that. Add on vac system. Once you get these prices right and lock them in on the upsell, now you can start reinvesting in a lot more equipment with no stress, less stress. When you're barely making it, you're barely just skimming by, you don't have a lot of money to reinvest. You got life going on the same time you got business going on. And that's why you have to find these properties like this where you can upsell. You have to find them. No negotiation sometimes. You have to ride around and ask yourself, is a client even qualified? Sometimes the client may not be qualified to come with you. Now, in the beginning, you're going to be scrambling, rambling, trying to get everything you can. But locking these clients like this and stay with these clients, and you'll always have work year-round long. If you like this video, guys, I'll have another video up here in the corner which will teach you some marketing tricks on how to get you some more money, man. Best wishes 2026 to you in lawn and landscape.